Hello readers! I'm Jan of the Read Aloud Library, and today I have a question for you. What were the books that you read as a child or was read to you? And do you have those books in your child's library? Well, it's something to think about, especially for the parents and soon-to-be parents out there. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the classic children's books that you should have in your child's library. So, if you want to know what these books are, please keep on watching. Hello everybody! Hello everybody! Hello everybody! Hello everybody! Hello everybody! Hello readers! Welcome to the Read Aloud Library. George Bernard Shaw, an Irish playwright, once said, "Make it a rule never to give a child a book you would not read yourself." So going back to my question earlier, what were the books that you read as a child, and do you have those books in your child's library? More often than not, the books that we read as children, we did enjoy it. And at some point in your child's life, they're going to have a favorite book that they would want it to be read to them over and over and over again. And if you yourself do not enjoy this book, it would be a chore to read it to them again and again, which is not what we want. We want for the parents to also enjoy the stories as the child enjoys them. So, more bonding moments. That is why today I'm going to be sharing with you what are those timeless or classic children's books that you should have in your child's library. These books actually I purchased because I myself, when I was younger, we had them when I was a child, when I was younger, and these are the books that I actually enjoyed. So I'm going to be sharing with you, I think this is about like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 8 books in total that I have. We also have some of these books as an audiobook on our Spotify page or our Spotify account, the Read Aloud Library. So I'm going to be sharing with you those books as well. Okay, so let's get started. So the first book is a very, very classic book that I believe all children should have, if you not necessarily the complete set, but at least one of these books you should have in your child's library. Okay, what is it? This is actually also one of the first set of books that I bought as I was building the Read Aloud Library's library. So what is it? It is this! The Peter Rabbit Library by Beatrix Potter. See how classic can you get? So it has all 10 books. But of course, the most classic one here, and I believe your child should have this, is this one, The Tale of Peter Rabbit. I remember we even had a cassette tape. Yes, what does a cassette tape look like? Most children wouldn't know what a cassette tape looks like. So we had a book, we also had a cassette tape of it. It's an audiobook actually. The cassette tape was an audiobook. So now everything is digital. So The Tale of Peter Rabbit, and we memorized this. We even had Peter Rabbit plates, saucers gifted to us. So this is one very timeless and very classic children's book that you should definitely have in your child's library. Another would be also one of the books in this library, The Tale of Benjamin Bunny. So Benjamin Bunny is the cousin of Peter Rabbit, which you will also see him in this book, in Peter Rabbit's book. So this is one of the classic children's book that you should have in your child's library if you don't already have it. Alright, so let's go to the next one. I've actually shown these 2 books in my previous video. I'll put a link somewhere or down below of the books I recommend for children. Okay, so it's these 2 books. So the first is The 3 Little Pigs, and as you can see, it says Well-Loved Tales. So this has been like for years already that they've been making or producing children's books. This is from the Ladybird Publishing, and as you can see, there are a lot. They have a lot of children's book. They have the Ugly Duckling, Thumbelina, the Town Mouse, and Country Mouse. See, these are classic titles. So one of the books I think you should have in your child's library is this, the Three Little Pigs, and even this, the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Okay, so they're 3 and 3. So pigs and goats. Okay, and plus, you know, it's animals. Children are fascinated with pictures of animals as well. Okay, the next would be this, the Gigantic Turnip. Actually, when I had this book, when we had this book when we were younger, the title of this book was The Enormous Turnip. So now they made it gigantic instead of enormous. So it has the same story, even though if the title is a bit different. But this is one of the books that I had when I was a child, and I believe that you should also have this book in your child's library. Again, it's timeless, it's classic. Another is this, which we actually have on the Read Aloud Library's Instagram. I did a read aloud of this, The Elves and the Shoemaker. See how old this book cover is? And it's a little golden book. So they've produced a lot of children's books time and time again. So they have a lot of lists of this. And as they said, these are books to grow with. And it's true. I mean, I'm not gonna say my age, but you know, since I was young, this is what the spine looks like and the back cover looks like. They did not change it. So this is one of the classic books that you should also add to your library if you don't already have it. Next is The Wizard of Oz. I remember we had a book of this that is interactive even. So if your children are not familiar with the story of the Wizard of Oz, about Dorothy, the lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, you should definitely have this. This particular book is, although it is lengthy, story-wise, but it is it's a nice story, you know, to read when you want to maybe tuck in your child, and it's an adventure story. So, and it's for everyone, whether your child is a boy or a girl. Okay, so it's an adventure story. Next book, if you don't already have it, is this, Corduroy. So it's a timeless, I mean, there are a lot of stories of Corduroy, but this is like one of the first and the classic ones. So I recommend you to also have this in your library, in your child's library. Okay, and the next is Where the Wild Things Are. As I mentioned in my previous video, they actually have a movie of this book, and again, it's an adventure book. So who does not want an adventure? So it's with different they're not really animals, but creatures. So it would also catch the attention of your children. So you should also add this to your library. So I have two other recommended books, which I'm going to be flashing here. It is actually an audiobook that we have on the Read Aloud Library. First is Harold and the Purple Crayon. That is also one of the classic books that you should have in your child's library, because it is a story about creating, wanting to go to places, to do things, even as a child. You know, Harold has his purple crayon and he just draws where he wants to be, what he wants to do. it is fun for the children, especially if you have a toddler and they like to doodle and color. It's something that can help them express their creativity, or something that they want to show you or want to do. Another story is Good Night Moon. It's more of like a bedtime story for kids. Again, we have it on the Read Aloud Library on Spotify as an audiobook. So you can either listen to that or, get your own book of Good Night Moon. So those are just some of the books that we recommend you to have in your child's library, because these are some of the classic and timeless books that have stood the test of time. There are a lot more actually if you search on the internet, but these are the books that I have on hand that I wanted to show you. So I hope this video helped you and you guys enjoyed it. So if you do like this kind of content, please give us a thumbs up so that we know that these are the kinds of videos that you want to see, and that we can make more. And please make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this and for Read Aloud stories as well. Also follow us on Instagram, the Read Aloud Library. We have a lot of stories up on there. And also on Spotify, we have audiobooks there, and I'm sure that your kids will enjoy it. Again, thank you for watching here on the Read Aloud Library's YouTube, and I'll see you at the next story. Goodbye!